Hi everyone, this is Earthlings Master and welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. This video is going to be for the folks that are new to Earthlings. Since my last video, the first one I've made for this channel, I've gotten some requests to do an intro video to Earthlings so that folks coming in kind of know the basics of kind of the game or the setup and you know how to get involved. And so if that's you, I hope this helps. This is not going to touch every single aspect of the game, but it's going to give you an intro. I might dive in a little bit in depth for some aspects of it. And then depending on when you watch this video, that's probably going to be some updates coming out that might invalidate some of the things I say, I think. But generally speaking, it shouldn't. So, you know, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. So before I get into it, I'm not, just a disclaimer, I'm not affiliated in any way with Earthlings. I'm just a fan. I own a bunch of NFTs and looking forward to the game coming out and building a little in-game community here. So with that being said, let's get into it. It's going to be a lot of content, so just watch it. Again, if you don't want to read the white paper, because a lot of people don't want to, hopefully this video helps you out, but I would recommend going in and reading the white paper and joining the Discord. So let's get into it. All right, so I found a comic book that kind of tells you what the storyline for Earthlings is, and I think it does a good job explaining what the team, the vision they have for this game. And so this is going to be a family-friendly game. So instead of stuff like Modern Warfare that I usually play, you can have an egg shooter, right? And then they're trying to incorporate other fun gaming scenarios and types, like something like a Mario Kart and other quest games, right? That are fun for the family. So first thing, you can kind of read through this. First thing, they want to kind of set up pretty much a game, a good-looking game that folks can get into. And then they're bolting on the Web3 aspect of it. So when I say NFTs, right, non-fungible tokens, these are just game items. So think of you owning a land plot that's an NFT. You can get certain perks from doing that. And it also helps with certain things that I'll talk about down the line here in this video. And you can actually sell that, right? Other games you play online, Xbox, whatever, or PlayStation, you don't own that piece of equipment or asset in the game. Like if you buy a new, let's call it weapon or whatever, or a new tool in the game, right? There are multiple of them. Like you can't sell it. You can't make money from it, right? If you're done with the game, you can't sell it to the next person coming up, right? Or if you put so many hours into the game, there's you enjoy the game and that's fine. I mean, I do that all the time, but they're trying to incorporate it where you can actually earn. So they talk about play and earn and not play to earn, right? So folks coming in that are not used to crypto or whatever, they can come in and just play the game, earn some NFTs or earn some Steam token, and we can talk about that a little bit more. And if they decide not to sell anything, that's fine. If they decide not to swap it for for actual value, that's fine. But anyway, that's what the setup here is. And so gonna kind of flash through the comic book here so you can kind of see what the the storyline behind the game is. If you want to, I'm not going to show all the pages of it, but you can go find the comic book and read through it. I think it gives a good idea and sense of what the the gaming storyline is. All right. So now we're going to dive into how do you get into the game, right? Like in terms of owning NFTs or other aspects of it for those that are new to it. One thing I do want to put out there is looks like the team is going for a mix of games or scenarios that folks are used to, popular games. So Fortnite, again, this is the game is going to be made with Unreal Engine 5, and then they're also going for that quest type setup. So think Subnautica, and then the farming aspect of it. So think Heyday. And then the other gaming parts of it, like Mario Kart and other scenario games. So this is if they can, blend all this, and it looks like they're doing a pretty fantastic job so far. This is going to be an awesome game. All right, so let's get into the different aspects of the game. So I'm going to start with just land ownership, because that, I can start from that and I can dive into other parts of the game. So the way this game is built, you can be a free roaming player. That means you don't own any asset. You just come into the game like you would a regular game on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. No need to own NFTs. Just come into the game, play the game, start your quests. As you play the game, you start to earn Steam tokens and collect NFTs that you can eventually sell. And then if you do want to get into and get some land or different plots, then you can start looking at what type of plots to get. And so I'm going to dive into the different aspects of land ownership. So in the game, there are village plots, and then they are towns, also town plots, and then there are city plots, and then there's the cabin plot. Cabin plot has not been released yet, but that's coming, I would imagine, in the next few months. So I talked about village plots. So as a village plot owner, you get certain benefits, right? And so this map, the map that I flashed up earlier, my flash setup right now just shows you how the setup is. So the first province or whatever is going to be Europe. And so that's been broken up into, they've kind of set up the map where they have different village plots, town plots, and then you can kind of see the city there in the center. And then the lines going through is the railway. So there's going to be a steam train that folks can actually own and earn steam from. So let's go back to the village plot. So as a village plot owner, what that allows you is it allows you to recharge your health, to stack up your inventory. You can jump to your plot if you own several plots. And you can own a custom shop. So one custom shop, and what that does is that allows you to generate royalties from that. So you can, pretty much straightforward. And then, so that's what it gets you if you get a village plot. You also get a gamer's plot with that, and you get a village town hall. So as a village plot owner, you're a village chief. You get the village hall. And so the other aspects of owning the village plot is you can also own farmland. So you can, farm cows, chickens, whatever, farm animals, get some eggs. The thing is going to be run by eggs, like the egg shooter. The other things are going to be run by eggs that I'm sure the team is going to incorporate. You can own a pet shop. And so all these are going to be broken down in the fact sheets that I'll show. And then you can also place an inn in your plot. So a village plot owner has 12 land plots in that area that other people or other gamers can acquire, and those have already been those are on the marketplace right now. So as a village plot owner, you're going to have other gamers or other people in your village, about 12 of them, that are going to be in the village with you as a community, right? And so I talked about a gamer's plot. So a gamer's plot, and this is going to be the same thing for the towns, right? So what a gamer's plot does is it allows you to host a gamer on your plot, and if you own NFTs, that gamer can rent your NFTs or use your NFTs or your in-game items, which I'll talk about. So these are pins, airships, etc. They can use those to play the game and earn Steam tokens or NFTs, and you can either rent it to them, or you can. I'm assuming now this is probably going to have to how it's going to be set up. You can either rent it to them at a cost, or you can take a percentage of their earnings when they're playing the game, because they are using your NFTs, right? So owning those allows you to do that. Now, as I mentioned, town plots, again, is a different type of plot. That also has the same setup as a gamer's plot. It has a gamer's plot on it. And for town owners, you get to be a town mayor if you own a town plot. You can also use that to recharge your health. You can jump to plot. You can you get assigned 2 custom shops. As a village owner, you get 1. Town owner, you get 2. You also get a town hall. The village owner gets the village hall. And then you can place or find a bank in a town, a train station, a tech shop, and you get 18 land plots assigned to that town. So in the village is 12. And as a town owner, you get I'm not sure how many plots you get as a town owner, but you do get a plot. And just some of these items I mentioned, for example, the bank, that doesn't come with the plot, but you can actually get a whitelist for it, so you can get to buy it eventually. You get first dibs on it, is what it seems like. And the bank can generate steam, and you get royalties, right? In-game royalties. The train station, same thing. You get a whitelist, and you also get in-game royalties. The tech shop, same thing, whitelist. You can earn steam and get in-game royalties. So there is a benefit to owning a town. And as you can see, it's going to be expensive. So when I say owning, you can go to secondary marketplace like Sidekicks.io and buy some of these NFTs. So some of these NFTs have already been minted. The village plots, town plots, and then the land plots that are placed in each of these villages have already been minted. I think there's about a couple thousand of the land plots that have not been minted yet. That's going to be done in round 4. I believe that's going to be about $60 in price in HBAR, which is the token or the DLT for that the game is being built on. Now I know I've said a lot there. I'm getting into blockchain and stuff, but the game is going to be built on Web3, and that DLT is Hedera, and it's the token for that is HBAR. I'm not going to go further than that. If you're into crypto, you understand what I mean. If not, don't worry about it right now. All right. All right. So let's go back to what we were talking about. We talked about village plots, town plots, and now we're going to talk about city plots. And city plots have not been minted yet. There is a whitelist that you can purchase again on Sidekicks.io, and that's a marketplace. You can go ahead and purchase that. Those are going to be priced at I think about $100 per city plot. And so the city of New Paris is going to have about 1,000 city plot buildings. So if you want to own one of those, you can go ahead and purchase one of those whitelists, and then whenever the minting process happens for the city plots, you can go ahead and use that whitelist to get your city plot. Again, as I said previously, please join the Discord, ask your questions. You can ask questions in this comments, but the Discord, the thousands of people on there, the teamies on there, they can answer your questions. And so that's it about, we talked about village plots, town plots, and city plots. Cabins, they're not going to be that many of them. They're just smaller buildings that are going to be placed in and around the game. I'm not going to go into a bunch of details on that. As you get into it, you can ask questions on the Discord, because it's a bit more complicated on how you can get those. They're not out on the marketplace yet, but they will be soon. I think that does it for land plots. So just to recap, we talked about villages, towns, city plots, and then we talked about the land plots that go in the village or the towns. And so those are probably going to be about, I think they're in total land plots, I'm thinking 8,000 and change. So if I'm wrong, just put it in the comment section here, right? So they're going to be 365 villages, 240 towns. In each village, there's about 12 plots. In each town, there's about 18 plots. So you can do the math on that. All right. So let's move on to the next one here. Sorry, now I see the number. It's 8,700 land plots in total. So, you know, if you're into crypto and you've been around for a while, you saw Decentraland, right? That game was kind of, a lot of the prices were just crazy. But you get in there, it's like you hang around for a little bit. It's not fun. It's not really a game. This one, I think it's going to be, the way it's being set up, it's going to be a game, right? So, if you're going to have something to do in there, it's going to be always things going in there. Community members are probably hosting events. So it's a big game. It's taken a while to build. I'm talking years, right? So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so let's get into the in-game items. So I'm going to be talking about we're going to be talking about the collection. So if you go into the website, you can see the different collections. And so I'm going to start from the top here. So founders cards. So these were issued out, let's see, in 2022. They are 620 in supply. So if you want to get one of these, they're on secondary marketplaces like Sidekicks and others. Sidekicks is pretty much the big kahuna when it comes to marketplaces on the Hedera's Hashgraph DLT. So if you're looking at buying something, I recommend just go to Sidekicks and look for it. The other ones you can go into, but Sidekicks has most of the market share. So the founders card we're giving out to people that have been around for a while. It does give you perks. Some of it is getting, I think, about 100,000 Steam tokens whenever they launch the token. And so those are going to be distributed as 4 burnable NFTs. So the longer you hold them, the more you can get to that 100,000. If you get them after the token launch and you burn all of them, you're only going to get, I think, about 25,000 or something like that. So the idea is for folks not to just dump on the market, right? So also this also gives you like access, private access to minting items on or items that come out from Earthlings. And so there is I'm just going to talk about this real quick, but there is INO and IDO coming out for certain NFTs and the launch of the token. So this gives you access to the first round, right? So it is pricey right now if you go to Sidekicks, but that's it about that one. So let's move on to the next one here. All right, so next one here, we're going to talk about the Steam Watch. So the Steam Watch is one of the best in-game techs, I guess, if you will. There are going to be more coming out, but this allows you to freeze your environment. So they're, different. I think there are about 4 of them, and the supply in total is about 2,350. The black one is about 47, so that's the most limited. And when you go to Sidekicks, you want to go to the left column and sort it, or at least select, look for the attribute, right? So just because you get a blue watch doesn't mean they're all the same. Some of them have different freeze times, right? So that's something to be aware of. So if you're looking at an in-game item, that's one of the in-game items. So I'm talking about the in-game items right now. At the end of it, I'll kind of give you my tip on, if you stay to the end, on how to get involved, and depending on your plan for the game, if you just want to be a gamer, or if you want to game and earn some stuff while you game, or if you want to game and earn some stuff while you game and while others game, then they just stick around, right? So all right, so the next one here we're going to talk about is the pins. And so not all of these pins, the team they haven't released all the attributes or what the pins do. All right, so to get a sense of what the pins do, join Discord and take a look at the NFT fact sheet. That should describe some of the pins. But just to give you an idea of what some do, there's a river pin, I believe, that gives you a boat. And so that allows you to, to find treasure in the water or pull up treasure, I think is what it sounds like. There's a gem pin that allows you to, say you're out in a quest and you find some item of value, right? And you need an airship to carry it. Well, you can use your gem pin so no one else can get that item. So that allows you to go and get your airship or rent an airship and get that item. There's also a diver pin that allows you to dive deeper and longer so you can explore for items. There's an arcade pin that gives you some interest in some of the games, so you might be able to earn some items or earn some tokens from owning an arcade game or something like that. I believe there are only 35 or so of those. and there are several other pins. And so this gives you in-game abilities and items. So take a look at that. All right, so that's it for pins. And so the next thing we're going to talk about is the airship. So I talked about that a little bit. So there's several airships. You can go look at the website. Those allow you to travel farther, some farther than others, some faster, some are more durable. And there's only one that lets you travel across continents. So right now you only have Europe, and in the future there's going to be more. And that's the I think it's the B airship. And then there's the gold airship, and there's several other airships. So take a look at that. You can also, if you want to acquire a bunch of them, you can rent these out, or you can become a Steam captain and earn some tokens that way. So you can play and earn, right? So there's that. Then there's the boss rides that are given out to Founders card holders. So some of those boss rides are on Centex, so you can buy them if you choose. There's the stamps, which I'm not too familiar with. I don't own many of them. But again, if you're Earthlings OG and you know what those are, I think they're collectible items that might be of use in the future. If you have any more details on that, just leave it in the comment section for me, please. We've talked about towns and villages. Then there's the apparatus. That could be, a broom or a paddle or a soccer ball or defensive apparatus. Or some people say apparatus, very Americans versus British. And so those are just items that are of use in the game. So they are on the website. There are 4 of them, but they're new ones that have come out. They haven't updated the website as of yet. So there's a flashlight. There's a night vision goggle. And I think that's it for now. I might be missing one. If I am, please leave in the comment section. So again, these have some utility, and again, you can rent these out. All right, and if you don't want to use it anymore, you could sell it. And this kind of goes to the whole Web3, aspect of gaming. All right, so the next one we'll talk about here is the backpacks. So they are different. Don't mistake this with the Earthlings bag holder, because those don't have any value. All right, so they were airdropped to folks during a campaign, airdrop campaign. They're not going to be, as far as I know, there's a million or so of them. They're not going to, or more than a million of them, 23 million of them to be exact, or 27. They're not going to be used in the game as far as I know. So these these backpacks are going to be used in the game. And so they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I'm on the website right now, just looking at it. 7 of them actually. So there's the base backpack. There's ice, there's sea, there's desert, jungle, earth, and air. And so the most limited one is the air backpack. And so these allow you to carry items while you're traveling. You can read each of these. They have their own little description. Some are going to be for, air, or the best suited for desert, depending on the climate you're in the game. So, that sounds like something that would be nice to have if you're playing the game. All right, so the next thing here after the backpacks is whitelist. So I talked about the city whitelists. I also talked about the round 4 that has to do with the land deeds and swapping. So you can swap on that. If you have any questions about that when that comes out, just leave a comment leave a question in the comment section. Or better yet, again, go to the Discord. And then you have sidekick animals. So these are animals you can take to you on your quests. On the website here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them. So there is the kind of starting out with the most available one, which is 260 of them, and they're not going to be increased. So is the fast air. Next, the cunning fox, that's 160. The giant crab, that's 90. The wild boar, that's 70, and then the bear, the mighty bear, that's 35. And recently they have come out with 2 more, and that is a dare and a, I'm gonna mess this up. I don't I don't know the name of it. Is let me see if I can find it here. It is a, let's see. It is a European mufflon. Is that how you say that? Correct me. I actually say that, but that's the other one that was released. All right. And the dare is called the red deer. It's pretty awesome looking sidekick that you're gonna be able to take around with you. So that's awesome. Again, I didn't mention this. Please go ahead and look and subscribe to the Earthlings channel. They have a lot of videos on there that I think everyone needs to take a look at. They're awesome videos. Some of the snapshots I took from those videos are here. It shows the towns, the cities, the village. Some of the sidekicks are actually in those videos, so just take a look at it. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's go back to the next thing on the collection here, and then that will be the farm animals. So as you can see, currently 3 of them. There's the chicken, the famous chicken, or the immortal chicken, if you know what I mean, in the Discord, the pig and the cow. And so as far as I know, these chickens right here are not going to be they're not going to be increased, so it's 3,000 of them. They're going to be other breeds of chicken, so these ones are not going to die, so that's why I see immortal chickens. They're going to be they might be inactive or something. I don't know what the team is going to do, but these are not going to die. They're not going to be burnable, right? All the chickens are going to be burnable, but these are not. So these are special chickens. Yeah. So as you saw the village video, I assume they're going to be other farm animals, because we do see, like, I think there's a sheep in there. There might be other ones too, so just putting that out there. All right, so that's that for the animals, the farm animals. They are animal, what do they call them? On Centex, I mentioned, they are animal accessories, I think is what they call them. And so if you go there, you can see now we have a chicken coop for 5 chickens. There's one for 8, and there's a dog house and a rat trap. So these just came out like a few days ago. And so the doghouse, I believe they're only going to be limited to 400. It's showing 2,000, but I think the plan is to limit it to 400. The rat trap is only 400. And so the rat trap is going to be used. You saw in some of those videos, or kind of rats running around the city and the villages. So I'm assuming you could trap these, and they're going to serve as food for some sidekicks. So they are valuable in that sense. All right, and that's not been updated on the website, so eventually it will be. Again, I just mentioned this came out like a few days ago. And I imagine, depending on when you see this video, there's probably going to be more items that will come out. All right, and then there's the Steam token. So that process is ongoing. I imagine by April, May, that should be done. And so the token will be tradable. But again, if you read the white paper, you see that there are 2 tokens. There's the water token and Steam token. And so if you know, a good example for the water token is, think Roblox, and I think it's called Robux. I think the in-game currency that you can use to buy different things for Roblox, right? So this water token is pretty much that. That's for the folks that are not in Web3 and they just want to go in and buy certain items for the game, and so they will be dealing with water tokens. But I believe what the team is doing is, for that, when folks buy a water token, that actually increases the value of the Steam token. The Steam token is for the Web3 gaming, right? So if I'm not mistaken, I've read the white paper a couple times. I believe you can go from water to Steam, but maybe not from Steam to water. I'm not sure. Put it in the comment section. You can probably read that up in the white paper. You can acquire NFTs with Water, and you can acquire NFTs with Steam. So by doing that, you can probably go back and forth, right? If you want to sell your NFT in Water, you can do that. If you want to sell your NFT in Steam, you can do that. But think of the Water token as a stable coin or whatever for the game, right? That's not going to fluctuate in price. But the Steam token in Web3 for the Web3 side is going to fluctuate, right? So hopefully that helps with some of your questions. Now, for the last bit here, I know it's a long video. If you've survived until this part of the video, I'm gonna tell you what my strategy is, and I can kind of give you a tip on where you are in terms of what you might want to do. So I'll start off from the folks that just want a game, right? So if you just want a game, I would say go on to Centex. Now, this is not financial advice. It's just to give you an idea of what I would do if I was in that position. If I just wanted a game, seeing the game is going to be out in maybe a year or so, or two, maybe. I think they're looking at maybe end of 2025. I'll go in and go to Centex IO Marketplace, get a basic land plot. So if you want to get a land plot in a village or in a town, you can do that. Right now, I think the cheapest is about 600 to 700 H bars, so about $70. Again, the price is slowly going up, but that's not too bad in my mind compared to when the game comes out. That's probably going to be significantly higher. So go ahead and get a land plot. Now, you don't have to get a land plot right now, right? You can go in the game with nothing and still be able to buy a land plot, right? So this is for folks that might want to get ahead, right? So you can get a land plot. That will allow you to have a dugout, right? And you might be able to, you can use that as your home base. You get some pins that will help you to play the game, depending on how you think you would play the game. If you think you would like farming, if you're into Heyday, that mobile game, maybe get a plot in a village. That way you can have, maybe you can be able to own a village plot or something, farmland, and you might be able to raise chickens or whatever and sell the eggs, because that's going to be used for the egg shooter and all the items of the game. If you want to be able to travel, get an airship. You don't need it. You can take the train, but the airships you can use to transport heavy items. So let's say you found a sidekick animal or you found some loot and you want to be able to transport that. Well, you can do that with a train. So, you don't have to own an airship. You can rent it, right? So that's just that idea. For folks that want to go a little bit above or a step above. So my strategy is, I got several plots, and so you can do that. You can, so those plots are going to be used for gamers that want to come into the game. They don't want to, own a plot or whatever. They just want to test out the game, right? And so by doing that, let's say you have several pins or in-game items that they can use. Well, they don't want to own any of those, so they can use yours. If they don't want to rent it, then they won't have to rent it. But you can earn or get a percentage of whatever they earn from the game. Like say they found a loot, right? I'm thinking the way they're planning the game from reading the white paper is you can get some of that by at least letting them use your items. So that's another strategy, right? For folks that are used to Heyday, you can own a village, right? You can be a village chief and you can own a farmland and you can farm several items. I'm assuming there's going to be some plants that come eventually from this, because right now it's just animals, and those are going to be used as XP for players that want to gain a health boost. They might need to buy an apple or whatever, or buy a pineapple, buy some eggs or something like that, right? So you have a way of earning from building up your village, right, and building your community. So there's that strategy. So there's the two strategies: the folks that just want to come in and play, and the folks that want to come in, play and earn. The folks that want to own some land and earn some steam from others playing, and give them some of the items that they own. That way they don't have to buy it. So that's it in a nutshell. It's been a long video. It might be easier for you to read the white paper, but the white paper doesn't have some of the items I mentioned. But go ahead and join the Discord. I don't think I've missed anything. I think one thing I want to end with is I talked a little bit about the Steam launch. I'm gonna put up an image here that talks a little bit about it. You can find it on the website. So we talked about cabins. So this kind of has explains how those are going to come about. So the minting of those. You can also mint limited avatars, as you can see on the image. And the barges are coming out. So there's a video on this. This is going to host the egg shooter. I don't know how they're going to incorporate this into the barges, but I have a hope that they do it in a certain way, but we'll see what they do, right? So there you go. If you have any questions, as mentioned, drop it in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be making some more videos. Right now, I'm making these videos quick because I don't want to dedicate too much time on it, even though I've dedicated a lot of time. But in terms of editing, I've done just a quick edit and taken images from the videos they already have. But as the game progresses, there's going to be a little bit more in-depth explanation of different things. So please like and subscribe, and look forward to meeting you guys on the Discord. Take care.